Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. More than a year after his declaration of martial law, former President Yoon was sentenced to life imprisonment in a first-instance ruling that found his actions amounted to an attempt to overthrow the constitutional order. The verdict was delivered Thursday afternoon by Chief Judge Ji Gyeon at the Seoul Central District Court, with Yoon appearing in person as the proceedings were broadcast live nationwide. In its decision, the court said it was difficult to deny that Yoon intended to paralyze the National Assembly by deploying troops to seal off the legislature and detain key political figures, but cited mitigating factors, including the apparent lack of meticulous planning. 7 others were also sentenced, including former Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun, who received 30 years in prison, and former National Police Agency Commissioner Jo Ji-woo, who was sentenced to 12 years. South Koreans who blocked the 2024 martial law declaration have been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. The nomination has been reportedly made by several political scientists from around the world, including Seoul National University Professor Kim Young. They described the action as the revolution of light and a case of defending democracy through nonviolence. In a social media post on Wednesday, President Lee Jae-myung hailed it as a model for human history, saying that it was possible because it is the Republic of Korea. In an address delivered on the first anniversary of the martial law incident, he said the people who blocked military rule fully deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. The KOSPI surged more than 3% on Thursday, surpassing the 5,600-point mark for the first time in history. After being closed for 3 working days due to the Seollal holiday, the KOSPI opened strong and closed at 5,677.25. The rally was primarily fueled by a semiconductor boom, with market bellwether Samsung Electronics leading the charge. Shares of the tech giant jumped to close at an all-time high of 190,000 won, up 4.85% from last Friday. The secondary tech-heavy KOSDAQ index also experienced a dramatic surge, jumping nearly 5%, to close at 1,160.71. The rapid ascent in KOSDAQ 150 futures and spot prices triggered a buy-side sidecar, a regulatory measure that temporarily suspends program buy orders for 5 minutes to curb excessive market volatility. The U.S. has given a warning to Iran following nuclear talks between the countries in Geneva. According to White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt on Wednesday, Iran must reach a deal or face possible military action. This comes as the U.S. has continued to increase its military presence in the Middle East, with additional warships, fighter jets, and aircraft carrier strike groups deployed to the region. Iran has also reinforced its nuclear facilities and deployed forces near the Strait of Hormuz. Oil prices rose and gold edged higher on Thursday, reflecting growing investor concerns over the rising tensions. South Korea won the women's 3,000-meter short track relay at the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics on Wednesday, securing its first gold medal in the event in 8 years, and its first short track gold of these games. The quartet of Kim In-jung, Kim Gi-lee, Shim Seok-hee, and No Do-hee crossed the line first at the Milano Ice Skating Arena in Milan, finishing ahead of Italy and Canada. The victory marked South Korea's second gold medal of the Games and its 7th medal overall. With this win, South Korea extended its lead on top of the all-time Olympic short track standings with 27 gold medals and 57 medals overall. Short track concludes Friday with the women's 1,500 meters and the men's 5,000-meter relay. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.